Monday! Welcome to Monday Morning Motivation, the 3Ms. I haven't done one of these for a while, guys, but it is Monday morning and I'm pretty motivated today, so I really needed to get this back to you and share this, what I've been wanting to do for quite a while now. A bit of a weird one this week. I'm here in my uniform. You might be thinking you've got a dirty old t-shirt on. Well, the fact is this is my uniform. This is my training uniform, right? My sweaty hat, my dirty t-shirt, and a crap pair of tracky Bs, alright? Doesn't look like much, but I know that when I put this on, it's time to train, it's time to sweat, it's time to go for it, alright? So you should have a certain clothing that you know when you put it on, it's time to go, alright? It's a little bit of a different mindset when you get in that, because until I'm in this particular t-shirt and these khaki pants, I'm not really in the full mindset of I know I'm going to train, I'm going to sweat, I'm going to become in some kind of pain. So it's good to get this in your head of, right, once I put my gear on, I'm ready to go. But anyway, that's just totally aside from what this whole thing's about. It's took me 27 years to watch Rocky. Alright. Really ridiculous when you consider that I'm a fitness professional and everybody in the world should have watched Rocky by the time they hit 27, but I hadn't. And recently, I've spent the past 2 weeks, I've watched the whole set. Okay, managed to get a hold of this. Somebody kindly borrowed me this, and it's been an awesome ride. And I've learned quite a bit of watching it. Actually, I've really enjoyed it. And mostly 1 to 4, 5 and 6. Let's just say I've got nothing really much to say about them. But the first 4 were awesome, and I took a lot away from them, and I wanted to just sort of bring it to you guys and explain what I took from each one, because it's been quite motivational, and it did push us on a bit. But there was a message behind each one, and I really enjoyed watching them. They were a great watch. But Rocky 1, obviously this sets the sort of the tone for the Rocky movies. Personally, not my favourite. Well-made movie, but not much happened. But the whole message behind this was brilliant, because Apollo Creed was obviously the world champion. Rocky was the underdog. Rocky grew up in a bad neighborhood. He didn't have any money. He got involved in some bad stuff. He was helping out some dodgy people. You know, he drank, he smoked. But one thing that people didn't realize is how much heart Rocky really had. So he got given this crazy opportunity to fight the world champion, because the world champion was just like, I'll take him. So fate had it maybe that he got chosen. Okay, so obviously he doubted himself, but he thought, well, I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity. I'm going to give it a go. So he went and did it. Apollo showed up before the fight in full American gear. Obviously, he's got a lot of money behind him, a lot of respect, a lot of backing. People think it's just a joke. And Apollo just thinks he's going in for a really easy ride, but what he didn't realise is the heart that Rocky had to go the whole rounds, and he really surprised Apollo. I mean, Rocky trained in a crap little sweatshirt. You know, Apollo's got all this really shiny, good quality gear. Rocky trained in a really bad hoodie, right, and a pair of jogging bottoms, and he went all the distance with the world champion, right? So never ever doubt the heart of somebody who's less off than you. That's why you should never ever look down on anybody. And I really enjoyed Rocky 1. I thought it was a really good watch. Excellent. Highly recommended if you haven't already, but I'm probably the only person in the world who hasn't seen this up until like 2 weeks ago. When we went on to Rocky 2, again, fantastic. Obviously, Rocky rising up to stardom, eventually going on to win the world title, Apollo Creed. Really motivational, inspiring. I enjoyed this more than the first one. And it's just overall a really great movie. And it shows a lot in transition from how Rocky's lifestyle was until now. He's obviously getting a lot more money, a lot more fame in this one. But the thing that really hit us when we got on to Rocky 3 with Clubber Lang and Mr. T is once Rocky had beat Apollo, he was on the top, okay, and he had few more fights. But he'd become that successful, he'd made that much money that he sort of got comfortable within his success. And that brought him down, and then he obviously got beat by Clubber Lang, which was devastating. But he'd kind of lost his heart for what he truly was. He'd gotten blinded by this whole success thing, this whole easy life, because obviously he's still trained and stuff, but his heart wasn't really where it was when he didn't have much. And he noticed that, and it took his trainer to die for him to be able to have a reason to go on, when it shouldn't have took that really. It should have always been there, but all this distraction stuff, all this money, this fame, had took him away from what he truly believed in, and it caused him to lose the match. But obviously then, when his trainer died, he had a reason. Suppose, sort of, the moral here is not to choose things, or don't make a habit, sorry, of choosing things which feel good over things which are actually good for you, okay? So, and you're always going to have a reason why you do what you do. Why do you train? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to be a better father? Why do you want to be a better person, a better lover, whatever it is? You're always going to have a reason why. Otherwise, that sort of motivation is not going to be there. That heart is not going to be there. All right. But Rocky 3, tremendous. Hulk Hogan's in it as well. Just considering I'm a huge wrestling fan, that's awesome in my book. But after that, the best of the lot, Rocky 4, absolutely fantastic. Ivan Drago, obviously the hardest opponent for Rocky yet. Again, he got older, he doubted himself, and Apollo wanted to do it. Apollo wanted to prove to himself that he still had it. Unfortunately, he made a mistake, and through fighting Ivan Drago, he died. Okay, so Rocky, again, had that reason, that motivation to push, but he realised that motivation wasn't enough. He had the reason why, but he thought to himself, this guy is so tough that if I go in unprepared, I'm not going to win this fight. So he had to change his environment, he had to change his methods. He had to go to Russia. You know, they say, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. He had to go to where Ivan Drago was from. He had to train in the snow. He was used to the heat of America. Okay, so he had to go to Russia. He trained things that he'd never done before. Okay, he was kicking ass in the barn. He was doing these huge mountain runs in the snow with big logs on his back, stuff that he could have never done at home. And he made sure that he booked a cabin out the way, so with no TV, no distractions. So all he could think about was 100% on this fight. And he had his reason why, and he knew he had to change his environment, change his methods. And I suppose the moral of this is, without embracing some kind of change, you're never going to reach your potential to succeed. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're just going to be on the treadmill of life, okay? You need to change your environment from time to time. You need to change your methods of approaching things, whether it's training, whether it's writing, learning, whatever it is that you're doing, absolutely anything at all. You can't just stay in the same position, stay in the same routine constantly and just expect things to change, because you've got to change in order for change to accept. Okay, so, and then obviously he went on, won the day, beat him, fantastic. And that was a really, really fantastic journey for me. No, not even mention them. But the whole thing was motivational and inspiring. If you haven't watched the Rockies, watch them. But they have a message. I enjoy movies which have a message, and I think it's important to embrace that message and think, hang on, this is talking to me, you know, and it should do. And hopefully, by you listening to this, giving us under 10 minutes of your time this Monday morning to be able to maybe push it on a bit and think, he's right, maybe. Even if I just plant that seed and let that grow in your head, thinking, maybe I can change just something little to be able to bring me on today. That's good. That makes me feel good, because I know I've got to change. I've got to embrace change all the time, and I've got to keep my heart for what I believe in as well. So, guys, cheers for listening. It's been a while since I've done a Monday morning motivation. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I've motivated you in some way, and hopefully I can start bringing this back as frequently as I can, alongside with all my other Monday blog posts as well. So, until next time, I shall see you guys next time. See you later, guys. Peace out.